Good evening, everyone. Sorry for that slight delay there. It's been a while since I've been streaming. Welcome along to this stream. We are celebrating the fact that the Airways ToLiss A340-600 will be released for Microsoft Flight Sim tomorrow. And to mark this, we are taking the ToLiss A340 in X-Plane down to Capetown. We are currently parked here in Johannesburg, and so it's going to be a fairly short flight. Should be about an hour and a half of flight time as we head down there this evening. So, I don't actually have too much time, so we are going to get on, set the aircraft up pretty quickly. I did want to use the new rear ops ground handling tonight, however, I don't think it's compatible with the A340 yet. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but we will just go with the ToLiss inbuilt system today. You can see we've got both jetways connected here, and so let's get on with it. Let's get into the flight deck, and then we'll go through the flight plan and go from there. Alright, here we are. Now, I just have to check that my iPad EFB is all set up correctly. Let me just shut a load of apps quickly so they don't show. We will be using SimRef on stream today as well. Feel free to ask any questions in the chat about SimRef or Optifly. We'll do our best to answer them. Of course, SimRef is not yet compatible with the A340-600, however we can use the A340-300 profile. Should be close enough for the sim for the moment, and yeah. So let me just, I've got a lot of apps open, sorry about this. Let me just go through and shut as many as I can. And then there we go. So I'll just go in here. Tabs. How do I close all of them? Oh, there aren't too many. And we'll do that, and then get our charts up. Lido charts. There we go. Fill in my password, do that. Perfect, and then that start broadcast. Perfect, we'll just test that on stream quickly. There we go. That is all connected then. Let's get sim brief up. Factory flight plan. View PDF. Get SimRef up. Let's see what happens if we fetch SimBrief. Will it automatically select 340-300? It will start SimRef then. Okay, right, we are ready. Adam, hello, welcome along to the stream. Hopefully all the audio's going okay for you. However, it is actually quite loud where I'm sitting, so I'll turn it up for you briefly and then turn it down for me. Hopefully that's at a good volume for you now. Okay then, let's get into the flight deck then. So, spoilers, flaps, parking brake, engine mode selectors, thrust levers, radar predictive wind shear, transponders, nets, landing gear, lights, yes, wipers. And we'll get all of the fuel pumps off, so that's that one, that one, that one, that one. All of them, if I'm not mistaken. Hopefully I've not missed any. Okay, let's have a look at our flight plan. So, operating as South African 55 Echo Papa. Now, I do apologise, in the thumbnail of this stream it says South African Airlines. It is, of course, South African Airways. That was a mistake on my part. Flight time then, 1 hour 41 minutes, headwind of 2 knots, so basically nothing. Takeoff weight, we are well within limits there, so there is scope for extra fuel. Shear rate 1.7, so no turbulence. Plug fuel 26.5 tons, and here's our routing. I don't think we've got any terrain to worry about today. No terms, nothing we need to concern ourselves over in the sim. Scrolling down, I do want to have a look at the weather though, which I think I scrolled straight past. Here we go, Cab OK here in Johannesburg. 10 knots of wind, so basically nothing. Let's have a look at Capetown, Cab OK, and then alternate is view at 4,000 feet. So, generally looking pretty good this evening. Okay, fine, let's get it all set up then in the aircraft. So in it then, in it request. It's because I've not actually used the A340 on this computer, so let me just check if okay, let me pop that out and then, oh no. Okay, oh yeah, okay, I'll just, oh, how do I now unpop that out like that? Oh no. How can I unpop that out? Close. Oh no. This is not good. Right, well, for now, while I sort that little issue out, what we'll do is we'll just do this, and then I can cover my sim brief log on while I put it in. So yeah, sim brief account settings. And then we'll do that. So preferences, there we go, and then we'll click off of that. Hold on, let me just. There we go. Right. So init request then, and while that's loading, I will check how to Right. Okay then. Let's just carry on. Init DIF and then FAOR. Departure is going to be. Oh well, that just completely obliterated my attempts to hide my SimBrief logon. Departing then 03 left, and that's via the Ragol 3 Alpha. And then arriving into runway 19. What do we have? 19 Zulu, I guess. Urdus 1 Bravo. And then flight plan, insert that. Data init flight plan, secondary flight plan, radnav init B. And we're just gonna check that that looks correct. Loading performance 212.4, 26.5, that is correct. Alright, we will add 5 tons on, I think. 225. Yeah, we'll add 5 tons onto that. Actually, just rounded up to 30, that'll be close enough. There we go. Now we have 1 hour and 1.3 tons extra, which gives us 10 minutes, which is better than nothing. It's still not really ideal, but we'll go with it. Data init flight plan, secondary flight plan, radnav init B, and performance. And unfortunately, we do have to use this calculator, which is not particularly accurate. 238.9, we'll just check that against this. 238.9, we are actually 241.2. And flex auto. Okay, flex 55, 56, 56, 60. Well, we'll take it. We will take it. So flex 55. This is actually something that is correct in the MSFS version as well, so you have to put F55 for a flex temperature. Hello Cube, I'm very well thanks, although this stream has gone pretty terribly so far. I've completely messed it up. 156 and 160. Right, that looks okay. Flap setting should be 1 in this case, which it is, which is good. And in this aircraft you do actually use the trim value from the EFB, so up 2.7. So there we go. We'll keep everything else how it is, and we will carry out a departure briefing. Let's just get on to X-Pilot quickly. A340-600. Check for any ATC. Failing that, we will go to metataf.com. to get the weather information. Oh, we do actually have ATIS, so 126.2. 126.2. Let's get up. Well, I can't hear him. Settings, audio, yeah, that looks fine to me. Cancel. Let's do a radio check, 121.9. Johannesburg, ground South African 55 Echo Papa radio check.
South African 55 Echo Papa, reasonability 5.5.
5 also South African 55 Echo Papa, thank you. Right, so we do still need to head over to metartaf.com quickly. Just to get the weather. Yes, I'm human. Right, consent to that, and then we go FAOR. OR. Close. Right then. So we'll just check that matches close enough with this. So QNH1027, so that's fine. 28, 8 knots of wind. Yeah, fine, fair enough. Alright, so QNH1028. And yeah, we'll do a departure briefing. So weather we've already checked. Aircraft is a fully functioning Airbus A340-600, and we've got Rolls-Royce engines on this one, I believe, as I think that's the only engine variant anyway. No TAMs, nothing we need to be aware of in the sim. Threats to be aware of: it's my first time streaming for a while, and unfamiliar aircraft and unfamiliar airport as well. However, we have got ATC online, so we are not responsible for traffic separation. And yeah, I'm not going to go too in depth today. Let's get this moving along, because I don't actually have that much time. So plan for taxi then, because that is actually fairly important. So we need to check which stand we're on. We are on stand Alpha 8. So we will get that up on screen on the charts. Oh, there you go. Charts, airport parking stands. Alpha 8 is up here on Apron Alpha. So if we go here, Apron Alpha and Bravo, and we are departing 03 left, so therefore we're going to push back, probably facing to the southwest. Taxi along Foxtrot Alpha. There's a hotspot 6, however that's not going to affect our taxi route. And then it's a left turn, line up runway 03 left via Bravo, because we don't have a valid intersection at Juliet. Right, I think that is... Oh, A340-600 must use full length of runway 03 left due to taxiway turn circle constraints. So there you go, this aircraft is so long that we must use Bravo anyway. I think that is all we need to do, let's sync the baro settings quickly. So let's do that. And then we'll just do that. Perfect. Alright, I think we'll call for clearance in that case.
Streamer 372, apologies, did I hand you over? Not yet. Streamer 372, you can contact tower for departure 118.1. Bye-bye, sorry about that. Contact tower 118.1.
Let me just, so we are cleared to... Well, we're not, but I'm just writing some stuff down. So, Cape Town. Departure we said was going to be the... What did we say? Interesting. It's not shown. Okay, let's look at SimBrief then. Raggle 3 Alpha. Okay, perfect. Johannesburg ground, South African 5-5 Echo Papa stand Alpha 8 request IFR clearance to Cape Town as file.
South African 5 Echo Papa, you are cleared to Cape Town as file. After departure, apologies, on request. Stand by, sorry.
We've been told stand by. He's clearly not.
South African 558 Papa, you are cleared to Cape Town, flight level 380 on request. After departure, runway 03 left, non-standard, maintain runway track. Initial climb flight level, correction, initial climb 8,000 feet. Radar is going to be on Unicom 122.8 today, score 4006.
Cleared to Cape Town, initial climb 8,000 feet, squawk 4006, and after departure over to Unicom. Could you just confirm our departure routing, please, South African 5-5 Echo Papa?
Brother, for departure is going to be maintain runway track. Apology, the Ragu 3 Alpha departure is suspended.
Copied after departure, runway track. South African 5-5 Echo Papa.
South African 5-5 Echo Papa, reback correct for April 5th start.
Right. Okay, let's get this thing... Oh, shoot. Let's get this thing underway then. So, Shift G... Oh no, cancel ground service, detach jetway, that's what I'm meant to do. Tab, do this, and then just close all doors as so.
Information echo correct. Unfortunately, I do not have a flight plan filed for you.
Perfect. Right. Better push back, pre-planned pushback. So it's going to be along this taxiway, I believe, and then we'll do that.
Round to cockpit, plan acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you are ready.
Okay. Better push back, start push back.
Round to cockpit, tow is driving up.
420 on your crest. After departure, runway 03 left, non-standard, maintain runway track. Initial climb, correction, initial climb 8,000 feet. Radar's going to be on Unicom 122.8 today, score 4071.
Alright then.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed, ready to connect.
Cockpit preparation checklist, skip engine covers. Fuel quantity is 26,000. Oh. Yeah, we need to increase that though, because we had a different thing in the quick defuel refuel. Fuel quantity is 30,000 kilograms, checked and balanced. Seatbelt signs are on. Are they? No, they're not. Seatbelt signs are on. It is 3 nav green bar FQNH 1028 set 3 times. Cockpit preparation checklist complete. Before start checklist, then parking brake set, takeoff speeds and thrust confirm, windows closed, beacon light is on. Before start checklist complete. Ground South African 55 Echo Papa ready for push and start.
South African 55 Echo Papa, you can just confirm score 4006. South African 55 Echo Papa, push and start is approved, facing south QNH 1028.
Push and start approved, face south QNH 1028, South African 55 Echo Papa. Alright then, so we can now...
Hey, Captain, let me know where you want this thing. Welcome aboard, Captain. Toes connected, bypass pins inserted. Go and kill the parking brake when you're ready to go.
Parking brake released. Oh, well, there you go.
Here comes the pushback. Light them up.
Now, let's just check that our thrust levers are correct, which they are. Ooh, where does it take? Oh, that's fine. Right, paranoia check, APU bleed is on, beacon light is on. So all of that's done, and ignition starts, starting engine 1. Up it spools. This is a crazy tug driver. And then once oh, there was some rule, I can't remember. Oh, N2 reaches 10, I think. We can start engine 2, although we're at high elevation, so I think we can only start one engine at a time up here. Get the iPad away. Just look at how big this aircraft is. Massive. While that is doing, we can go ahead and set up some wing views. Actually, let's just go back a bit further. Right, this is quite a good wing view, I would say.
Just about done here. Go ahead and set your parking brake. And we're disconnecting the tow. Give me just a moment.
It's a massive, massive aircraft. Should we have what? No, let's go even further back. The wing's almost as long as the 320 cabin. It's crazy.
And we're disconnected. Signal and pin on the right. Take it easy and have a safe flight.
And then we'll just do a final view here. Just because the aircraft is so long. Control 4. There we go. So 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Beautiful. So, initial climb 8,000 feet. And then we can get engine number 2 going. Taxi light stays off for now. Strobes, yeah, that's all fine. Now, hopefully the sim sounds good for you. Engine number 2 is available, starting engine 3. And engine number 3 is available, starting engine number 4. Now, have they fixed the camera? No, they have not. It's a limit, let's just test it actually. No, it's a limitation of X-Plane, that camera system, but it is, I believe, better than the one that's going to be in the Microsoft version, so we should count ourselves lucky. Such a long aircraft, this. Oh well, we can go through the ECAM, so arm the spoilers, set the flaps in a moment, brake to RTO, and we'll just go to this view here for the flaps. Flap 1 selected. There we go. And takeoff check, there you go. And engine number 4 is available, right. So let's call for taxi then now. South African 55 Echo Papa, we are now ready for taxi.
South African 55 Echo Papa, you can taxi to Capetown holding point runway 03 left via left onto Foxtrot and then right onto Alpha.
left Foxtrot, then right onto Alpha, holding point Bravo, runway 03 left. South African 55 Echo Papa.
South African 55 Echo Papa, not quite confirmed at the Cat 2 holding point, runway 03 left.
Sorry, that's to the Cat 2 holding point, South African 55 Echo Papa. Right, so we can get the weather radar system on, and what's that doing? Standby. Okay, alright, right, that's good. Get that on. Oh, come on, there we go. And then, oh, what happens if we turn on that one? Does that help at all? Not hopeful. No, it does not. Okay. After start checklist, then anti-ice not required. Ecam status check. Pitch trim has been set automatically, and we'll just check the takeoff performance. It was with packs off, and therefore we'll turn our packs off. Right. And actually APU off as well. Brakes released. Here we go. Flight control is full left and roll spoilers full right, and roll spoilers neutral. Full up, full down, neutral, rudder full left, rudder full right, rudder neutral, flight control full free, uncorrect movement, check the brakes, yes, that's looking good. So, taxi checklist, flight controls full free, correct movement, flap setting config 1 plus F, radar predictive wind shear, on an auto, engine mode selected to normal. Ecam memo, takeoff, no blue. Cabin is secure, checklist complete. Indeed it would be, Cube, indeed it would be. Oh yeah. I just wish ToLiss bring an A330-600 to explain. In fact, you know what? I don't really mind if it's to explain or Microsoft. I would want explain. But if they just bring a good A330-600, Rolls-Royce engines, it will be absolutely brilliant. Oh, look at that, we've completely underdone that turn. Yeah, this A340, it sounds weird, but it captures all of the correct styling. I've never flown on a 340, but it looks, a lot of the elements look exactly like the 330 Classic. So I think they'd do a brilliant job at doing a 330-600 if they followed the same kind of design principle as this aircraft. Cube, ToLiss do already have an A350. In partnership with Flight Factor. Let's turn on the wing light. It breaks SOP, but it does let us see that wing. Oh, look at that. That's beautiful. I'm not exactly sure, Cube. It's not fully made by ToLiss. It does have Flight Factor involvement. But yeah. I do have it. I've not flown it much. I didn't really think too much of it when I did try it. But maybe I'm missing something. Although you never hear it spoken about much, so I guess it's nothing too special. Right then.
Sapphire 311, just be advised you're coming through a little bit quiet, but you are clear to King Shocker, flight level 310 on request. After departure, runway 03 left. Fly the APDAC 1 Bravo departure.
Right, so it changes after departure. We will pull heading, fly runway heading.
Sapphire, correction, Springbok 55 Echo Papa, contact tower 118.1, bye-bye.
Contact tower 118.1, Springbok 55 Echo Papa. Thank you. Good night. Shoot, and that was our holding point. Right. Okay. 118.1. There we go.
311, no problem. Squawk 4004. 4004.
Johannesburg Tower, Springbok 55 Echo Papa. Good evening. Holding at Cat 2 holding point runway 03 left for departure. Clear takeoff, runway 03 left, Springbok 55 Echo Papa. Thanks very much. Good night. Right, okay then. Lineup checklist. Takeoff runway confirmed 03 left. TCAS. TARA. Packs 1 and 2 are off. Checklist complete. And then we'll do that. And then parking brake is released. Here we go. We need to add a tiny bit more power. It's a very heavy aircraft. There we go. We're slowly accelerating. There we go. 4 knots. And strobe lights can come on at this stage. And right, the famous lineup. Can we get it lined up properly? I reckon we start the turnabout here. Yeah, we've not done a bad job at that at all. Takeoff. Start the chrono. 1.05 I think we're looking at. Or is it 1.15? No, 1.05. Stable, set takeoff thrust. Manflex 55 SRS runway. Auto thrust blue. To 100, stick to neutral, 100 knots checked. Now we sit back and relax as we accelerate for a long time.
V1.
Rotate. Not too quick on the nose. We're nice and light. Positive climb, gear up. Full heading. Leave a climb, and we'll clear ourselves right the way up to 380 as per our flight plan. Open climb, autopilot 1, and over to Unicom 122.8. There we go, and direct. Right, there we go. What's that doing? Looking sensible. There we go. Insert. S-speed flaps up. Speeds check flaps up. Standard pressure. Flaps up. We've made good time. We've only been streaming for 53 minutes, so this is your cue to leave a like on the stream if you are enjoying it. It really does help the channel out, and our mission to raise awareness for organ donation, which is obviously extremely important to me. And there we go. Johannesburg Airport fading into the distance as we climb away. The night lighting is seriously good in X-Plane. Look at that. Oh, this is a view we have to have. What do you reckon? Should we have this view? There we go. Our packs can come on. Otherwise we'll very soon be getting a low pressure warning. Now, distance-wise, 697, so it's going to be just over an hour. I will take a short break actually shortly. Once we reach 20,000 feet, get the seatbelt signs off, I'm going to take a short break because I need to do a few things. And then we'll be back for the remainder of the flight. Look at the climb rate, nothing like... Oh, actually, no, we're quite light. It would be interesting to see what would happen if we were at max takeoff weight there. I'm going to go now. I'll join back if I have the time. Thank you, Cube. See ya. Right, 20,000 feet then. I'm turning the seatbelt signs off. And we're going to get the music back on. And I'll say that for now, I will leave you with the aircraft. I'm off to do a few jobs. I'll be back very soon. Bye-bye. Hello! Right, sorry about that. I was just doing some important jobs. We are up at 38,000 feet, flight level 380, and we've got 540 miles left to run. So, that's fine. I will have to take a break in about probably an hour and a quarter just before our descent to sort out my supper. But apart from that, I should be back for the remainder of the flight. Let's take a walk through the cabin and discuss the Airsoft ToLiss A340-600, which is being released tomorrow. It should be said. So we're going to find a seat in the back of the aircraft and then watch their trailer. As long as we can get some sound going. Actually, should we go to first class? I think this warrants first class. Certainly business class, anyway. This is business class 222, and then we'll go to first class. Alright then, let's go into this suite here, and then get up the Airsoft train. Oh dear. Right, we will be glossing over that video. And, right, let's do this. Get the feet up, hide that then. Let's do something like that. Right, are we all ready? Do that, mute that. And we'll see if we have the iPad. Ah, we do. Enjoy.
The Aerosoft Air. Introducing the Aerosoft Airbus A340-600 Pro for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 and 2024. Developed in collaboration with ToLiss.
Right, well, that was it. You can't deny it looks very good, yeah. However, I'm not sure if I'll purchase it or not. I think that is a decision that will be made tomorrow, and yeah. And there is an announcement at the end of this stream, and it will become very, what do I say, obvious that I won't be streaming it certainly for quite a while. However, whether I purchase it or not is still to be decided, has to be said. Yeah, I can't really pass comment on that at the moment. Now, I'm just going to watch a video, and I'm sorry I can't show this to you, but I will be fairly quiet for the next few minutes.
Get package holidays from 3.
Please put your belongings in the overhead lockers or under your seat and fasten your seatbelt. Thank you.
Hello, Airbus Cockpit Coach here. You're joining me with a preview version of the new Aerosoft Airbus A340-600 Pro, and today I'm going to be looking at my favourite feature with this aircraft, and that's its electronic flight bag. I believe it's a game changer for the flight sim community. Let's jump in and take a closer look. Pop it on this aircraft, and we can quickly see where we are within our centre of gravity envelope. Takeoff performance, again really detailed. Once you put your departure airport into the MCDU, it will populate here. I haven't done that yet because we're in the very early stages of setup. But if I put in Heathrow, for example, I've got all the runway options straight away available. We can sync it here by pressing reset to the current weather. Compute our performance information. Really useful, really detailed, all the stop margin available, accelerate, stop distances, all the kind of stuff we'd use in real world flight operations. Similar for landing performance, again, if you put your arrival destination into the MCDU and the runway, it will pull that straight in for you, and you can sync the weather with the reset key there. But again, we've got METAR as well, also available here, which is useful to us. We've got the winds, and we've got the landing distance required, and the margin available to us. Also got engine out, go around gradient, really important as well. So we've got an interactive checklist here. We can pick items off or undo them. If we accidentally click something we need to go back on, work our way through. This is obviously very useful for getting familiar with a particular aircraft type. Now remember, checklists aren't actions in themselves. Normally we complete the actions for the checklist in flows. Checklists are cross-checking what we've done with the aircraft. This is obviously a great tool in helping us understand the actions taken for this particular aircraft type. Now, this is where it gets starts getting particularly exciting for me, and that's the startup situations page. I particularly appreciate this as I operate as a type rating instructor in the real world and on the A320 series. This is a fantastic training tool. So it comes with some available situations already loaded in, but we can at any point set up a situation. You know, we can put our aircraft onto an approach, save that, and we can go back and back and back and keep repeating that situation and use it as a really useful training aid. And we can alter that situation as well, so we can put in a crosswind, we can put in low visibility, whatever you want, and in a particular situation you can save those at any airport around the world and just jump to them. It is really useful, and you see I've got a few in here already. So I've been doing a bit of work on Heathrow 27 left, 9 left, for example. We did it on the live stream the other day. So again, it has some engine failures at V1 and wind shear events as well, so we need to go and practice. So this for me is fantastic. We can obviously overwrite files as well if we want to sort of modify them a little bit, but the ability just to jump in the sim, pick the scenario you want to practice, is fantastic. Now obviously this aircraft is a long haul aircraft. It's going to be used on some pretty long simming sessions. There's always the dreaded crash to desktop lurking. Now I've never experienced that with this aircraft. It has been highly stable, and particularly, you know, with using the recording tool and this load situation, this is the sort of moment I'd expect things to go a little bit wrong in the sim, putting under a lot of stress, loading things in suddenly. This copes with it extremely well, so I haven't had any crashes using any of the tools in this EFB. Its performance is really good, but obviously, you know, it's not just the aircraft. Things can go wrong with your PC. It can be a power failure. You know, you could be 5 hours into a flight and the worst happens. But this has an autosave function, operates the same as the other situations we mentioned. We can save. It's got an interval here. We can save at the bottom, so it's currently set to 5 minutes, and we can just load back into that, continue the flight as if, you know, maximum 5-minute delay and a bit of loading time, but other than that, you're back on your way again, which is just great. We've also got the ability to set aircraft states over here, something we've seen before in other EFBs and previous ToLiss EFBs. Again, very useful for quick setup. So here we got aircraft control and sim control. Again, some really useful features here as well. The ability to sync with baro settings, simplified terrain on the navigation display, or G-loaded camera, but that's turned off at the moment, so I'm using chase plane for my views. Freeze all, or just freeze the aircraft motion and fuel, and you can set what Microsoft Pause acts as well, so freeze motion or freeze all. Do auto pause on warnings and cautions, or warnings, cautions, and top of descent, so that's a little bit extended to what I've seen in other EFBs as well. Very useful. We can increase the sim rate, so the standard normal sim rate is 1. We can increase it to a maximum of 4 using this EFB. Because this aircraft has its own standalone flight model produced by ToLiss, where you have increased sim rate perhaps in the past using the Microsoft flight model, you'll find that in certain situations, some turns, things start to go a little bit wrong. The aircraft starts to miss things, gets a little bit off track, doesn't cope with it very well basically. When you increase the sim rates in this simulator, it follows that track. That's, you know, your flight plan as if it's on rails. It sticks to it really well. The sim rate increase works really well. We've also got some visual settings adjustment. It does have really good wing flex. Obviously, these wings do flex a fair bit, and we can adjust the strength of that flex, and also the effect of bumping around with the gear on the ground, and that effect on the wings there. Also, the background glow of our screens. So we've got different weight variants of this aircraft. We've got the regular. In terms of ground services, again, we've got 2 external powers for this aircraft. That's modelled high pressure, low pressure plunging. So
this might look like a coin, but it's actually a razor-sharp Damascus steel blade that's ready to cut.
But again, great for learning and understanding the aircraft. Sounds and strength. Smart PDLC log on, so we can pick up METARs and you know, airport information and CP. We will explore it in more detail, but on top of that, it is a very well modelled, a new Aerosoft Airbus. Really is great, and simmers are going to just, we had one line of options at the top. Bringing that into the sim, which is really useful, so the ability to dial in any airport. So I'll put Echo Golf Lima Lima. Today we are at London Heathrow. Basic information here, and we can pull up any chart from our Navigraph subscription. So when you jump in for the first time, you get the familiar login for Navigraph. It can be a QR code, and it links through very quick and simple if you've got that subscription available to you. That's great. It also links directly with SimBrief. So as soon as you pump your SimBrief ID in here, you can download our flight plan, and that also links through to the aircraft MCDU. Again, really useful, and you may be using a slightly older AirAC, so you can select those to be ignored, for example. It's a bit of optionality around that. Also got options here for displaying the active flight plan and secondary flight plan, which can be pulled in through the MCDU. Weight and balance, obviously very, very important on any aircraft. Again, we've got the detail.
Right, I am back. Sorry about that. So, oh, and flight overload. There we go. I've got that up. We're 40 minutes into the flight, 400 miles to go. So we can start having to think about our arrival briefing very soon. Right, okay. I am back. So, let's get our charts sorted out and we'll prepare for our arrival into Cape Town. So we are currently sitting at 273 miles away. That means an expected arrival time 20 to 8. So we are actually running about 40 minutes late. That was partly due to the start time of the stream. We'll run our landing performance and do that. So we have got margin. That's using auto brake low. Let's try that actually with reverse off as well. Absolutely the same. We'll go flat full in this aircraft since tail strike risk, etc. Now, just before I forget, as this will be important for the end of the stream, is just setting up our classic kind of outro view there. So, weather in Cape Town then. So let's get that in. So get our AFB up, and weather in Cape Town is Gav OK, 6 knots of wind, stuff like that. So that's all pretty self-explanatory. Yeah. So weather aircraft is a still fully functioning Airbus A340-600 Rolls-Royce engines, so that's all fine. No terms, nothing to be aware of in the same threads to be aware of. Brand new airport, not streamed for a while. Not landed this aircraft for over a year actually, so there are quite considerable threats to consider there. However, I think we should be fine. I guess we can have a little look at the situation for our approach. So I believe it is ILS Zulu 19, which is looking correct. Okay then, 19, there we go. So that is the Erdogan Bravo arrival as well. So let's have a look. Erdogan Alpha Bravo, same thing indeed. So oh no, Erdas 1 Bravo out to the right, so that's Sierra Lima Papa. So we'll do this. Okay, so we'll just fly it somehow. Yep, that's fine. We won't follow a published procedure, but yeah, so that should be fine. Data in a flight plan, flight plan right now, but no beat and performance. Actually, it's a top hat, isn't it? So flight plan right now, progress. Yeah. Performance, next phase. QNH then is going to be 1014. Temperature is going to be 29 degrees. Wind is 180 at 6. And minimum for this approach is going to be Cat 1 DME will go. And what's our go around? Gradient 15.8%, totally unrealistic, I feel. Unfortunately, however, it does mean we can make the lower minimum, which is 350 feet. Barrow. Full flat. Okay. In terms of energy management, then we have got 230 miles left to run. We're at 38,000 feet, so 38 times by 3 is, I should know this by now, 9,114 if I'm not mistaken. 8, 16, 24, 90, 114, so 134 to descend. We are in a big aircraft, quite slow to decelerate, so we'll give it 134 miles and descend. I am back, and we are actually going to complete the landing. Not there. We're going to complete the landing in the morning, because I do want a bit of light. So we're going to put it 5:45. Real world weather. Apply changes. And we need to start our descent as well now. So, thrust, idle, open, descent. Oh yeah, look at that. Looks pretty awesome to me. Turn that range down to 80 miles. Fix the speed, so pull speed 320. This aircraft does not want to descend as fast as 320, unfortunately. Also, let's set QNH 1014. constraints on the nav display. Did I see a light? No, that's just an airport. I thought it was a beacon light from an aircraft, but it's not. Get terrain on the nav display as well, as Capetown is surrounded by a bit of terrain. Country 10 minutes, landing 10 minutes, landing, thank you very much. Now of course it's not 10 minutes landing, but it does give them a bit more time. Now we do need to make that 250 knot constraint there. I think we should do it easily. Right, let's concentrate on making that constraint now. So let's start winding the speed back to 245 knots. Okay, we've got 5 miles to bleed the speed off. Deceleration through 280 knots. 4 miles to go. To 60 knots with 20 miles to go. Okay, let's lower that altitude then down to 8,000 feet. Open climb, descent, sorry. Thrust idle open descent. Flight level 80 blue. We are at 250 knots as we pass overhead, and actually we're even slower than that. Let's slow right the way down to 210 knots now. Clear out that, and then we can go this one, fix info, FACT19er, and radial is going to be 191, so 0 1 1 9 miles. There we go. Elevation at the threshold is 147, so we can basically call that 0. Okay, so it's all set up then. Flaps 1, speeds checked, flaps. Actually, we'll keep them up for the moment. Okay, so we can... Okay, right. Let us tidy up the flight plan a bit then. So CI19. Direct 2. Full heading. 2310. And the MSA in our sector is 9,000 feet. Actually, we are... Yeah, MSA is actually 4,100 feet. The high MSA is because of those hills over there, so we can descend 5,000 feet. Flaps 1, speed check. Flap 1. can descend all the way down to 3,000. Alright then, set local pressure and approach checklist. Barrow QNH 1014, set 3 times, seatbelt signs on. Minimum is 350 feet Barrow. Set auto brake 1, set engine start selector to normal. Checklist complete. Just lead a bit more height off with distance. There's the airport back behind us. I mean, don't look too far off profile. So, yeah, that looks good. And then we'll overfly this and then intercept from the other direction. Flap 2, speed check, flap 2. Right, and we'll turn it around then. 2160. Actually, we might just need to go even further around than that. Actually, no, it looks fine. That should work for us. There's the airport. Yeah, a bit further around. Okay. Set managed speed. Background to 160. And on the approach. So, Cat 3 single minimum descent, altitude 350 feet, glide slope, lock blue, and lock star. Get the landing lights on. Nose lights on. Capetown traffic, Springbok 55 Echo Papa, fully established, ILS Zulu runway 19 at 3,000 feet. Capetown. Okay, gear down. Flap 3, speed check, flap 3. LS on. We should have had that on a while ago. And flap full, speed check, flap full. Landing checklist, decam memo, landing decam secured, checklist complete. Oh, just check the cabin again. There we go, cabin secured. Here we go. Autopilot off. I have control. Slightly high, but correcting. We are also slightly to the right. We don't want to get too much higher. 1,000 feet stable glide, slope localizer and speed. And we're now getting to the left and a bit low, potentially. Although it's looking fine so far. Descent rate is coming off nicely. We are now back on centerline as well. We just have to keep that descent rate in check as we get closer to the ground.
400.
Land green.
300.
100 above.
Looking outside now.
200.
Minimum.
Continue.
100. 50. 40.
Start flaring.
30,
Cut
20,
the power.
Retard. 10.
5.
Spoilers deployed. Reverse screen. Decel. That landing could have gone better. Okay, 60 knots, reverse off, manual brakes. And we'll let it roll to the end of the runway. Beautiful. Get the taxi camera on. Oh, we still can't really see anything yet. Alright, spoilers disarmed. Flaps up. Really slow the aircraft down, ready to make this turn. There we go, and again, and then one final turn in a moment. Go. Strobes off. Capetown traffic, runway 19 vacated. Right, with a flight time of 1 hour 44 minutes, very short flight for an A340. Very welcome to Cape Town. And do stick around, there are replays coming up. I will close that poll. Get the APU on. 3, 2, 1. There we go. Get the landing light off. And we'll head for stand Charlie 1. Why not? On a remote stand. Actually, let's not do that. Yeah, they're for very small aircraft by the looks of it. Let's go for stand Alpha 17 then. Which is this one just here. Actually, fuel truck's in the way. Let's go Alpha 16. Slow the aircraft down, that's our aiming point. And we'll turn about there. A330 up on the A331, hopefully. Somewhere about there. Right, parking brake set. Let's have a quick look at that parking. Oh, look at that. Not far away at all. And there we go. That will be the closing shot for now. Let's get the replay up. And disconnect from VATSIM. Perfect, and we'll just go back a little bit. Oh, where were we here? Did we make that turn? Yeah, look at that. Pretty good. Okay, let's have a look back along the runway, and we'll watch it from the outside first. View external fixed spot, still spot, there we go, and get down onto the runway. somewhere about there. Oh, that was, that flare was way too big. Crunching down onto the runway. Yeah, that wasn't my best attempt ever, was it? Let's have another look at it. From the wing view. Oh, it actually looked better from the wing view than outside. Beautiful, and we'll have one final look from this view here. And then I'll leave you with the final replay. So, thanks very much for watching, everyone. And this is my last stream until the 1st of July, because I do have to concentrate now on my A-level exams, which start in May and finish in mid to late June. So yeah, this is my last stream for a while. However, I will be back just as soon as I can be. So for now, thanks very much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the future. Bye-bye, everyone.